What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video, where we have the second semi-final of the HCL French Clash of Clans tournament. Remember, the final will be live streamed on my channel next Friday, so make sure to subscribe if you are ready. As you can see, a super close semi-final. Friends Warrior coming out on top because of a percentage victory, going into the final to face Les Hooms, who, remember, had that very impressive semi-final victory. It is going to be an epic final. We have a couple of attacks for you today, just to recap this semi-final, build a little bit of hype up towards the final. And this first attack is using the Electro Dragons for the funnel. Now, as you saw in my Electro Dragon guide, you can use them if there's no air defense to create a funnel quite nicely on either side and actually get into the perimeter of the base a little bit, taking out them defenses. Now, in this case, arguably some baby dragons might have done the same. However, it's all good fun. Remember, this tournament, no Town Hall 12, no Siege Machine, and no dip attacks. As he presses forward, I really like the jump spell, which doesn't provide access forward, but rather left and right, towards the single target Inferno and the Eagle Artillery. Gets a little bit unfortunate with the King, doesn't quite get that single target Inferno, but arguably it is far more important for his kill squad to take down them central defenses and the Eagle Artillery, because he is setting up a mass Hog Rider attack. Now you can see, as they come in from the right hand side, they don't have to track into the middle of the base. They can go up and around the base, and a single target Inferno is not really going to cause them any grief. You can also see we have these little compartments, which is ideal just to pop a heal spell right on top of that and heal the hogs through all of the defenses in that area. Now, he only has one left, and clearly, looking at the defenses left, you would want to save that for the splash damage in that of the Wizard Tower, and the single target Inferno uses it early on because the Hog Riders were taking a bit of damage, and obviously, when you get to the end of the raid, you can allow them to not be on full health. They can finish off on as little health as possible, as long as they do indeed survive. They're going to turn around, take them skeletons out, and then help with cleanup, but he already has some minions in order to take out them trash buildings. So a nice 11v11. Again, we're just going to have a short video and a couple of attacks for you today. The maintenance break for the balance changes did wipe a lot of the replays, but I wanted to recap this second semi-final for you anyway, and obviously create a bit of hype so you knew who Les Hooms would be playing in the final. Obviously, we did recap that video for you a few days ago now, but let's get into this second attack. Now, the Bow Witch, it was always a 3-star strategy at Town Hall 10, even at Town Hall 11 as well for that matter, without the Siege Machines. So it's still going to be a viable strategy. As you can see, this base works out quite nicely for it. It is literally giants in front, then the bowlers, then the witches coming through the base. And you actually want the bowlers and witches to walk around the outside to concentrate the fire of your bowlers in the middle. I tend to like to bring a queen walk with this as well, if appropriate. But as you can see, the jump spells provide access right the way through the base. Now, he gets a little bit fortunate as there's a lot of bowlers around the outside. Is that a good thing? Is that not? Who knows? But he still gets the middle of the base down. And if you can take down the middle of the base with as few troops as possible, then that's actually going to be good, because you need your troops on the outside in order to take out the defenses on the perimeter and ultimately loop around the base. So that's exactly what happens here. Just a few bowlers in the middle alongside the heroes are enough to get the job done, and all of the bowlers and witches on the outside are able to swarm the defenses, and in the end, it's not even close for this attack. Didn't really have access to that single target Inferno, but because there's so many troops, look at all of them skeletons to protect the heroes. It is just a swarm in the end, taking it out, and a Town Hall 11 triple is a Town Hall 11 triple at the end of the day. Exactly what you need, and exactly what they needed to get the job done here. Again, a percentage win, so congrats to them. Let's show you two Town Hall 9 attacks. The first one using Valkyries, something you don't always see at Town Hall 9, and then we'll show you the more common witches at Town Hall 9. Now the Queen Walk or Queen Charge you do see quite commonly at Town Hall 9. Obviously you don't have the single target Inferno to worry about. You can charge that Queen in pretty much anywhere you want. But what we're going to do here, or what this attacker does, is he creates that funnel on the left and the right so that the Valkyries can storm through the base itself. The Valkyries can get quite sporadic once you get them into the base. They can kind of run around anywhere. It's very, very difficult to predict their pathing. You have to try and narrow the channel of defenses they're going to run through as best as possible, and then you will notice just a few Hog Riders in his army as well. That's basically because once the Valkyries get into the base and they start running everywhere, you can use them Hog Riders to adapt. Any defenses that they miss, you will see he's going to place in here. So the Valkyries and the Bowlers, the good thing about it is even though the healers start going down, they are so much quicker than the Queen, so they get ahead of the Queen, they protect the Queen, and as you can see, she's able to just stand at the back, behind the Valkyries, not use that ability, and that's going to be helpful towards the end. So in come the Hog Riders from the north. They got that expo anyway, but as you can see, they are going to go down and then help the Valkyries with these defenses. Could have brought them in more surgically, but the defenses are tanked onto the Valkyries anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The Hog Rider is going to take that out, and ultimately they do go down towards the end, but at that point, the job is done. The Valkyries have protected the Queen. She's still got that one epic healer keeping her alive, but she's still got that ability. And just a couple of archers to start that cleanup process. Not going to be, nothing too drastic, but they are going to just chip away at buildings, making it just that little bit quicker. And in the end, it is going to be that beautiful 3-star attack again. 3 stars are 3 stars, guys. So good attack there. However, it wasn't enough because it was Friends Warrior that came out on top. Let's show you a witch attack here. Again, a lot of the replays were lost. The witches, though, they are very good at Town Hall 9, aren't they? And this base is actually very nice. Why I wanted to bring you this one, because as you can see, although it is very much place the troops, let them do their job, the base identification just works for it. So you can see there's defenses kind of centralized here within the base, and then defenses around the outside. So he's able to pin a golem onto each one, and then he has one golem walking down either side of the base, one golem walking through the middle. So even though the witches were just put in a line at one side, they're actually protected right the way through. The ones on the outside are protected, the ones on the inside are protected. Just works really well. And obviously the bowlers alongside the heroes, standard stuff at Town Hall 9, come through the middle. The 2 jump spells give him access pretty much right the way through the base, alongside them other spells to boost them up into the middle. And again, as long as you hollow out the core, you can then use the witches on the outside to take out the defenses on the perimeter and ultimately loop around to help out, which is exactly what happens in this raid. Now the fresh hit means that the 2 troll Teslas on the corner are not spotted. You can just pop a balloon on each of them, but ultimately if you get your troops down in time, you wipe out the base and you're not going to run out of time. He's got plenty of troops to finish over, run across to them Teslas and take them out, giving Friends Warrior the victory, putting them into the final versus Les Hooms. And again, next Friday, you will be able to see that live streamed here on the channel. So that wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.